to try something for a second, if you can. Just close your eyes.
Always a good way to start.
Right. Just step away from whatever is demanding your attention right now. You know, the commute, the emails, the endless vibrating noise of daily life.
Oh, know that noise.
We all do. I want you to imagine stepping off the pavement and walking into a quiet, timeless forest.
Okay, I'm there.
The canopy is thick above you, filtering the light into these soft green beams. The air is cool, smelling of damp earth and pine, and the only sound is the crunch of leaves underfoot.
Sounds incredibly peaceful.
It is. But now, imagine that in the center of this clearing, waiting for you, is a full-size grand piano and a drum kit.
Just sitting out there.
Sitting right there in the dirt, and the atmosphere in this clearing isn't, solitary or somber. It is incredibly joyous, like alive with anticipation.
I love that image.
Because the music we are diving into today, the album Meet in the Forest, released on May 26th, 2026, lives entirely inside that specific breathing space.
Today, our mission in this deep dive is to explore the debut of UmaX.
Yes.
This newly formed duo consisting of the award-winning Utrecht pianist, composer, and bandleader Edwin Berg and his partner, drummer Jean-Claire Deroux.
And Jean-Claire is pronounced Jean-Claire, just for the record.
Yes, exactly, Jean-Claire.
It is a two-person startup where both founders hold equal equity. Jean-Claire is a co-architect here. He's not just a guy in the background keeping time while the pianist shows off.
Right, and to understand how they achieved that rare equilibrium, we really have to look at the timeline.
Okay.
Because it's been a full 10 years since Edwin's last album.
10 years?
Yeah, and in the modern music world, 10 years is essentially a century.
Oh, absolutely. Entire genres are born and die in a decade.
Exactly. Platforms completely changed the way we even consume audio.
Mm-hmm.
But that 10-year gap wasn't a disappearance.
Right.
It was an incubation period. He kept teaching, composing, performing, just maturing as an artist away from the pressure of the recording red light.
Which is so rare now.
It is.
As a listener, that sounds incredibly poetic. It paints a lovely picture. From a musical perspective, playing as a duo without a bass player, that seems absolutely terrifying.
It is. It's the musical equivalent of walking a tightrope without a net.
Without the bass, there's nowhere to hide. If someone speeds up by even a fraction of a second or loses their place, the whole song just collapses.
It does. The physical and mental demand on both musicians is immense.
It has to be.
When Edwin and Jean-Claire sit across from each other in that live forest setup, they have to improvise a structure out of thin air.
Just build the floor as they fall.
Exactly. They've created a space where the act of listening is actually given more weight than the act of playing.
Wow.
To achieve that single breath synergy mechanically, you have to anticipate the other person's physical movements.
Like literally watch them.
Right.
If they are in this intense, hyper-focused state of equality, what does it sound like when you actually put the headphones on?
That's the big question.
Right. Because they have this self-proclaimed musical manifesto. They state that UmaX is about exploring the boundaries of rhythm and jazz, pitting classical music against improvisation, and infusing contemporary minimal music with folkloric tradition.
I mean, it is a massive, incredibly ambitious statement of intent.
It really is.
It touches on almost every corner of Western musical history.
I can almost imagine the sheer acoustic reality of that. We should actually leave some conversational space right here just to let you imagine that sound for a second.
Yeah.
Because the notes aren't bouncing off soundproofed, sterile studio walls.
No.
They are floating up into the open air. It makes the classical structure feel vast, but also surprisingly vulnerable.
Intimate, almost.
Yeah, intimate. And then from that regal space, they pivot to tracks like Enmal, Endermal, which roughly translates to going, going, gone, or once, twice, like in the context of an auctioneer's chant.
The rhythmic concept there is absolutely brilliant.
Right. The intense focus required to deconstruct Mozart and improvise auctioneer rhythms inevitably leads to the most joyous, messy track on the record.
Oh, I know the one.
Adam eat on un sponge perineum.
Yes.
For our non-Dutch speakers, that translates directly to breathe out and relax your perineum.
A title that aggressively shatters any remaining illusion of classical pretension.
You absolutely cannot be an academic snob and name a song that. It's just impossible.
Not at all.
And the track itself is pure, unfiltered joy. Edwin is actually singing on this one.
Which is a huge shift.
A massive departure from the strict instrumental discipline of the rest of the album. And the audience that was present in the chorus joins in.
You can literally hear them.
Yes, you hear the collective breath, the laughter, the sheer human warmth of the moment. It perfectly encapsulates how they use authenticity to invite the listener in. You don't feel like you are sitting in a stuffy concert hall being lectured at. You feel like you are sitting right there on a log in that forest clearing, clapping along with a group of friends.
And that track serves as the vital counterweight to their complex musical manifesto.
It really grounds it.
It proves a point that the jazz and classical worlds often forget. High art and profound musicality do not have to be sterile.
No.
They can be messy, they can be funny, and they can be deeply communal.
Just when you think you have UmaX figured out.
Right.
Just when you think, okay, I get it, this is a highly skilled, slightly eccentric, fun duo, they present us with the ultimate test.
Big one?
They deliver the absolute proof that their genre blending is not just an intellectual gimmick or a playful joke. I want to talk about Rework, Nocturne number 15 in F major.
This is undoubtedly the pivotal moment on the album. Taking on Nocturne number 15 is the ultimate stress test for their single-breath synergy.
Because of the rubato.
Yes. Because if Jean-Clair is not breathing with Edwin's rubato, the delicacy of the piece instantly shatters.
It breaks.
A drum kit could so easily feel like a violent intrusion here. Like someone stomping in heavy boots through a quiet art museum.
Which is why I was actually nervous when I first queued this track up.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I expected a cover. Maybe Chopin played with a light bossa nova beat, which we've all heard a million times.
Too many times.
Right. But they didn't just play it, they dismantled it. I couldn't figure out how the drums didn't ruin the fragility of the melody until I realized Jean-Clair isn't playing a beat at all.
No, he isn't. He finds the hidden pulse.
Yes.
Because Jean-Clair is a co-architect, he approaches the nocturne with the same reverence as Edwin, but he translates it into a completely different vocabulary.
It's beautiful.
He doesn't impose an external grid onto the music. Instead, he listens for the rhythmic heartbeat that was always hiding inside Chopin's sweeping melodies, and he coaxes it out.
He plays the wind beneath the leaf rather than the ground it falls on.
It is a genuinely breathtaking reimagining that requires immense restraint from both musicians.
And listening to that level of restraint really proves exactly why that 10-year maturation process was so necessary.
It really does.
You do not attempt to rework Chopin's Nocturne No. 15 in your 20s when you were full of fire and just trying to prove to the world how fast you can play.
No, you crush it.
You do it when you have lived enough life to understand what Chopin was actually feeling when he wrote it. You have to be comfortable with silence.
Which brings us full circle to the overarching theme of Meet in the Forest.
Right.
Edwin Berg and Jean-Claire Deroux have proven something that our current culture desperately needs to be reminded of. Great art cannot be rushed.
No, it can't.
It requires patience.
Yeah.
It requires finding the exact right partner who views you as an equal. And it requires waiting for the right moment.
And apparently, it requires the right florist. We highly recommend you go experience this incredible space for yourself. You can find Meet in the Forest on all major streaming platforms like Spotify and Apple Music.
Definitely go find it.
But if you really want to honor the deep intention behind this project, we urge you to visit Edwin's website at edwinberg.nl and order the physical CD.
Holding the physical artifact genuinely matters with a project like this.
It really does.
The packaging has been put together with an immense amount of care. It features stunning, evocative artwork by Caitlin Bergman and incredible photography by Tommaso.
It's gorgeous.
It serves as a tactile extension of the music itself. It gives you something real to hold while you listen.
And when you do sit down to listen, please put on a good pair of headphones.
Yeah.
Don't just play it quietly from your phone speaker while you're, washing the dishes or scrolling through your feed.
Give it your full attention.
Right. Put the headphones on, close your eyes, and truly try to catch the interplay between the piano and the drums.
Listen for that single breath.
Listen to how they navigate the freefall without a bass player.
Listen to how they leave physical space for one another. Notice how Jean-Claire's drums don't just keep time, but actually speak and debate.
Yeah.
And how Edwin's piano doesn't just dictate from on high, but constantly listens and adapts.
Should actually throw out a quick full disclosure here.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, so we are actually AI bots.
Yeah.
Commissioned by UmaX, which, by the way, is pronounced UmaX.
Exactly. Just to get that out of the way.
Right, full transparency.
Yeah.
Which leaves us with a final thought for you to ponder long after this deep dive ends.
Okay, what is it?
Well, we live in a modern world that is almost entirely obsessed with loud, solo voices. Everyone is shouting over each other to be heard.
So true.
Everyone wants their name in lights. Everyone is fighting to be the main character in the room. But what could we learn in our own lives, in our own collaborative projects, or in our own relationships from the UmaX approach?
I love that.
What new, unexpected harmony might we discover if we practice the quiet, incredibly difficult art of sitting in the dark, turning off our own ego, and truly listening to an equal partner?